I got another one thinking about the schedule at Supercars events. There's way too much practice and not enough action. So, rather than having 90 minutes of practice or 80 minutes at most events, move most of that chunk over to qualifying. We'll have a bigger qualifying session. At the moment, Townsville's going to be 15 minutes long, and then 40 minutes of the top 10 shootout. And I don't think that's really enough. I think a longer qualifying session, at least at least you know that something important's going to happen that's actually going to impact the results. Races should also take at least an hour. People at Perth got ripped off. They had like a 90 minutes of practice, and then what was it, 20 minutes of qualifying or something like that, and then less than an hour of race. It was like 52 minutes for each race. So you're spending more time watching them drive around slowly, not putting big laps in, not actually driving for any big result. You're wasting your time being there, wasting your time spending money on the ticket. I don't know if it's a particularly expensive ticket. I don't imagine it would be much more expensive than Tail and Bend because they're both sort of regional events. Wanneroo's not particularly close to Perth. So, yeah, I just think that they should be shifted over. And then in terms of, don't have the same race over and over again. Don't have two 48-lap races like they did at Darwin. What's the point of that? What you're going to see is that everyone's going to learn a bunch of stuff on the Saturday, carry that into the Sunday, where they're just going to... What we saw happen was on the Saturday, Cam Waters and Chaz Mostert carved their way through the field, and on the Sunday, nobody did anything. The passing was alright, but there wasn't anything interesting going on in terms of strategy. So the way I would do it is make it so that it's a different race, that at least have, if you're going to have maybe maximum 2 hours of racing, or whatever they want to do, 2.5 hours. Like we had 1.5 hour races at Bathurst, alright, why can't you do that every single round and go, alright, we're going to have 3 hours of racing? I don't understand why that's not a thing they're considering. There was plenty of racing at Albert Park, and there was, an hour in total minutes of qualifying, 15 minutes per session. But at other events, you don't get that. That doesn't make any sense because that's the Grand Prix, and if you're going to get screwed over in terms of track schedule, that's the place where it's going to happen. But it didn't, so they've got to fix that. I had an idea, and I'm just going to shoot the idea out there. It's 20, 40, 60. It's 20 laps race, 40 lap race, 60 lap race, and you get 100 laps, right? Which is what we had 2 48 lap races at Darwin. There's like 88 lap races at Townsville, which is going to be great. There's going to be pretty much a whole like 3 or 4 hours of racing, which is great. So that's not going to be an issue. But it's the 15 minutes of qualifying, and you don't need a 40-minute practice session. What do you need that for? Everyone knows the track. You roll out with what you've got. The smartest team wins. That's pretty much how the sport works. Whoever's got a good car, whoever's got a smart engineer that works really well with his driver, who the driver knows what he wants and understands how things work, that's where it's going to be important. You're not mucking around for an hour, wasting everyone's time, which is pretty much what they decided to do. Yeah, we need more practice. What for? What do you need practice for? Just go out there, put a lap down, and if it's not good, come back tomorrow and do it again. And you will have learned something from the previous day. You don't need to... Like, no one watches practice sessions, and you're wasting the ticket buyer's time by having lengthy practice sessions.